Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Dave. This is Dave Does Fitness. Today we're going to be jumping into some of the strength training updates that are out with the new Garmin. So I've got the Garmin Fenix 8 on my wrist here. We've got Garmin Connect with our workout plans. We're going to jump in, see what's being offered, and get a great workout in today. Okay, so we're on the home page of Garmin Connect. If we go down to our More down at the bottom and we check out training and planning, so that's where our workouts are going to be. And there's two different things that we're getting that are new here with strength training. So the first is if we go to workouts and find a workout, you'll see what's listed here. There's a lot of new ones now. I mean, obviously we're going alphabetical and there's quite a lot to scroll through here. And there's ones like you can see here, intermediate or master. So we're looking at some stand-up paddleboard, pedal power, peak pack power, so some hiking, backpacking, pickleball powerhouse. I think that's going to be of interest on the pickleball courts. So there's a whole bunch more workouts that are added for sport-specific purposes. So this is kind of like the first thing that was added here. And I'm going to be honest, it's neat. It's pretty cool. You can see I'm still scrolling through. There's a lot now. So you can just choose any of these and it'll push it out to the watch. And that's when you're going to be getting the animations and all that sort of stuff. Let's take a look at how that looks. Okay, so we're honing in on the pickleball workout. All right, I want to get my pickleball skills up. So we could go save to the workout. So here we go. It shows our goals. It shows primary muscle groups, how long the workout is, the equipment we need, dumbbell, barbell, bench, cable machine. We don't have a cable machine. We got bands here. We can make do. So let's go save to my workouts. So if we go save to my workouts, and we could use that, we're going to send to device. And there we go. So it's going to sync up. Fenix 8 does not support skipping the last rep. I don't really know what that's in reference to. I wouldn't skip the last rep. I'm here to get a good workout. Okay, so we're on the watch now. You can see I've got some really bright colors going on, but I just had to take an opportunity to match my phone wallpaper. Look. Okay, so if we're going in here, and you could see, if you saw my last video, the lag I was getting from that 10.1.7 software update doesn't seem to be continuing on right now, so that's good. So let's see, we could look and we could see the workout here again. 1 minute rest in between each set. I mean, that's generous. The action on the pickleball court is fast and furious. I don't know about the 1 minute rest here. Okay. This feature is really just adding new types of sport-specific workouts. There's nothing new to this. So let's hop into the actual new features for strength training now. Okay, so we're back in Garmin Connect. So let's check out what's actually new here. The additional workouts are nice, but that's a very simple thing. You saw that's the same benefit as preloading the maps on some of the higher end watches. You could connect them to Garmin Express and download them yourself. They saved you 20 minutes of doing that. And that's the same thing with these new workouts. You could look up a workout online, enter it in as a workout, call it Pickleball Powerhouse, and start dominating on the courts. So what's actually new here is that we have coaching workouts for strength. In the past, you could get the running workouts, right? Greg's 5K workout or whatever the different coaches' names are, I forget. But if we go and look here now, we could go into our training and planning and our Garmin Coach plans. So get started with Garmin Coach. Let's find a plan. So now you can see down at the bottom here, gain strength. This is what's new here. So if we hop in here, they're saying, hey, we could get you all jacked up. It's not our liability, sure thing. So we've got a few different ones here. Increase max strength. So building 1 RMs. That's interesting to have Garmin training you for power. build muscle mass, so that's going to be kind of in the middle there, and then get fit. So exercise variety, challenge body and mind, higher reps, low to moderate weight, short rest intervals. So obviously working on some, let's say, stamina there, some muscular endurance. Let's go in the middle. Let's say we're going to build muscle mass. You know, we're still in the sun's out, guns out mode, so we want to be looking good. There's a little bit of pool time left in the year. So let's see. I am fortunate enough, I have access to full gym. And here we go. Here's recommended training plans. Every workout includes a warm-up, 1 to 2 primary lifts, 2 to 4 accessory lifts, and a cool down. Hey, we're getting actual like programming of some type here. So we've got our push-pull legs 3 days a week, a bodybuilding program 4 days a week, and big 5 days per week. Wow. So I would definitely be going for 3 days a week. I mean, if I'm honest, I typically am lifting 2 days a week right now, but let's take a look at how this is here. Let's go and say we want to set up a plan. It's 4 to 6 weeks. There's a deload week between cycles. So yeah, we're getting into actual programming principles now. If you see some of the other videos on my channel, I've put together full programs that you could have for free for hybrid training, for strength training and running that has recommended workouts as well as progressions. And it looks like Garmin is finally stepping into this realm of putting together actual training programs. So let's go and set up the plan. Do you know your benchmarks? Yes, I do. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's about right there. Okay, let's confirm the benchmarks. Push day. Look at this. Okay. So we've got warm-up cardio, muscle activation drills, barbell bench press, 25 minutes on the primary lift, tricep extension with the easy bar. We've got that. Dumbbell fly, overhead barbell press, dumbbell shoulder press, banded front raise, and a cool down. Estimated workout time, 1:50. That's pretty serious there. This looks pretty good, and you can substitute in different exercises. Oh, wow, this is kind of neat. Okay, so they have specific exercises that still fit within the program that you could substitute in. So let's say I can't do a banded front raise. They have other exercises targeting the same types of muscle groups and the same level, right? So as an accessory lift, and you can select these different ones here. Let's just say a dumbbell lateral raise. And we substitute it in as an accessory lift. Pull day, same thing, right? So we're going through inverted row. I could do that. I could do pull-ups. So there's lots. This is so cool. This is actually something. We've got to actually see what the programming looks like week to week. But they said in the launch video when they're in Chamonix, right, with all the paragliding, they said that...
And the strength training plans, it's a progressive workout. It's about 4 to 6 weeks each one. There's a few different options. What you do is you set your benchmarks, so what you're capable of lifting at the time, and then you will guide you through a progressive workout to get you stronger. And at the end of that, you can reset those benchmarks with the gains that you've had, and we'll give you another one. So
this is a real, actual program. This is the first time that Garmin has put strength training, bodybuilding, power training into Garmin Connect as a coached program. This is pretty cool. Okay, 6 out of 10 schedule the push day. Okay, so we're choosing what day we want to do the workouts. Confirm weekly training schedule, confirm schedule. If the information below looks correct, you're all set to start training. And we want that deload week in there. That's awesome. So let's go ahead and create the plan. We're going to be starting our coached program here, and my goal is really to go through a workout. Maybe I'll do a few workouts, but I'm going to see what this progression looks like, right? The entire point of this new coached strength program is that there's progressions built in with your primary lifts as well as that deload week. It seems like every 6 weeks. So if we go and hop in here, we see this is clocked for almost 2 hours. But if you look, there's quite a bit of rest periods built in, right? So if we look here, our warm-up for the bench press, there's 2 minutes of rest in between 10-rep warm-up. So I think I'm going to be able to get this down quite a bit. But we're going to try and just follow this as written, aside from maybe some of the rest periods, and go through and see, once we record all of our reps, what it looks like when it schedules in the next workout. And we'll see if we try and do some experimentation here. So how about we go, we'll crush all of our bench press, right? Of course, obviously. And then our other primary lift here, you see we've got a 5x10 of the overhead barbell press. How about we don't quite get all of our reps in and see if that has an effect? All right, so we'll try and do it as prescribed for bench press, try and dial things back on the overhead barbell press. You know, we're just not feeling it, our strength isn't there, and see is there an adjustment in the percentage that they prescribe for the following week. Let's see just how smart this is. I mean, it could just be that, you know, week one, it looks like we're starting at 60%. Maybe week two is just 65 or 70 or whatever it might be. And it's not quite at the point where what you do has an effect on what gets prescribed next. Now, I do know in some of the other coaching programs I don't know if it's only for specific distances, the 5K, 10K, but they do adjust the training recommendations based on some factors. So let's get to it. We're starting off with our, let's see, cardio warm-up and then like a whole bunch of warm-up things here. Let's go. Let's get this strength activity going. It's kind of interesting too. So you can see today's push day. We've got it listed in there. Let's do the workout. I'm gonna kind of see, because we have a 5-minute cardio warm-up. How is that gonna be put in? Let's see. There we go. 5 minutes on cardio. Are we on a countdown already? There we go. Oh, better get moving. Next, you got bench press. Start getting ready. Get 10 reps. Yeah, but what weight? To look at the weight, I've got to do this. View details, down, 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 down. And it just started because of the timer. And go here. There we go. That's what we're looking at, 138.8. And you see it already, it started the bench press set. So again, I got to load up and get moving. This interface is 100% designed to be touch interface. If you're trying to enter in weights and not have them already there, since this is a planned program, you're hitting the button 40 times to get to 40, or if you unlock the touch, you're just gonna swipe. And the acceleration of swiping, you're like 2 swipes away from getting to 40 or 50. You're second primary exercise now, which is the barbell overhead press. And if you remember, we're going to throw this one. We're going to sandbag it. We're going to not do our 10 reps on each set on any of the sets and see if there's any sort of adjustment when it comes to week 2 weight prescription. Okay, I gotta admit, I didn't realize that we're gonna be working with 60 pounds here with the overhead press. Just loading up, and you know, I was about to open up the garage doors because it's getting hot now. I'm trying to keep the fans off when I'm recording, but I don't think I could open the garage door doing this. I don't want the neighbors walking by, but I'm gonna sacrifice gains for science here. Okay, so we are all set with our workout. We're done with the first strength training workout. Workout complete. 118. So they estimated it at 150. There we go. I don't anticipate we're going to get anything different. I mean, unless there's anything from the coaching program, which would be kind of neat. Okay, so we're all done with the lift. The push day is complete. Did everything as prescribed with the exception of that overhead press where we kind of dialed it back on purpose to see what sort of adjustments may or may not be made by the coaching program. Okay, so we are in Connect. We could see the results of the workout here. This is what we just completed. Everything's in there. If we look at overhead barbell, right, I did that first set at 65 for 8. Then I went 68, 60 for 7, for 6, for 6. Okay, so we did not complete the prescribed reps at the prescribed weight. So this is already sunk over. Let's take a look at next week for push day. So same workout, same exercises, same order. We get to our overhead barbell press. We have our warm-up weights, 10 at 40. And if we look at our overhead, we're at 10 at 65, or well, 64.2. It went up from 60% to 65. And I assume that's what our barbell did as well. Yes, so barbell also went up to 65. So basically, it's pre-programmed. So it does not react to the exercise you actually do. So actually, I mean, let's go and take a look here. Are we going up to 70 in 2 weeks? Is that the plan? We go 4x10 at 67. Oh, I didn't even notice if it was 4 sets. But yeah, so again, we're going up 2% then the following week and dropping the volume. So maybe, let's see, are we doing that? Oh yeah, okay, so 4x10 at 65. So let's cheat. Let's look ahead again. So 4 weeks in, 5 reps at 50, 5 reps at 65, and then 10 plus reps. So maybe, I'm assuming with the plus there, they're telling you to go to failure, something along those lines, at 75. So you're still building up. So there's some interesting programming with it, but again, is it taking into account what you do? No. So if your starting weights didn't represent your actual strength levels accurately, then the entire program is going to be off. So I guess be very careful when you're setting that starting weight. So, okay, let's see what we got here. So we're going to a 4x8 at 50%. Okay, is this our deload week then? So overhead barbell, 4x8, 50%. Yes, that's the deload week, which is September 30th. So we go 4 up, then 1 back. And that's it. Okay, my mistake. So it's a 5-week program. 4 weeks of a build-up, and then the 5th week is the deload, and then you could repeat with the new benchmark exercises. So whether you retest it or you could use obviously a 1RM calculator and see what you're doing for those sets of 5, sets of 8, and use an estimation, and then use that for the programming going forward. Everything that I've done that is unique to this coaching program all took place in Garmin Connect. Absolutely nothing about the workout itself was new, right? There's nothing unique about the Fenix 8 that did that workout. So I thought, hey, why not try it on the Epics? Surely, if I go to try and do that workout, it is now in my Garmin Connect calendar. Why would it not sync over? So let's give that a shot. If we go here, go into our strength workout, and there we go. It is loaded in just like we'd expect. Here's our warm-ups. So let's go ahead and do this workout. Okay, I'll spare you guys another workout montage. I know that first one was just way too much to handle already. So I think what we've seen here is that there's nothing actually new on the Fenix 8 for these new strength training workouts. This is all just Garmin Connect. And by having the Fenix 8 added into the account, you get access into these new coaching plans. So I would assume that this is one of those software features that starts on a particular model and then eventually trickles down. Just like the way the morning report came first, I believe it was the 965, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it came first on, I believe it was 965, the Forerunner 965, the morning report, and then eventually trickled to all the other watches because it's just kind of an aggregation of your stats and showing it on this kind of neat little morning screen. I would assume that the strength training coach plans are going to be the exact same thing. This is a new feature for Garmin watches, debuting on the Fenix 8 and Enduro 3, but will be accessible on other watches going forwards. I think this is a very nice first step for Garmin to finally acknowledge and put some effort into strength training plans. I think for the majority of people that just need some form of guidance with their strength training, this is actually a really good first step. So kudos to Garmin for adding this in. I hope it makes its way to other models very soon, and they continue to develop this to be a little more robust and maybe a little more customizable. Maybe put in 2-day-a-week options, put in abilities to dynamically change the weights, right? They said that in some of the running coaching plans, that they will change some of the workouts based on a variety of factors. They will change some of the workouts going forward and make it more dynamic and adapt to how you are doing in the program. Something like that is very much needed in a strength training program. Right now, setting those benchmarked exercises in the beginning is so crucial to get it right, because it looks like it's just a map out of all of the workouts. Once you enter those in, everything gets entered in the calendar, and that's that. You know, there is the ramp up, there is the deload, but there's no adjusting based on how you're actually performing in the workouts. So what do you think? Is this something that you're excited for? Is it something that you're looking to use going forward? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's see what else we could dig into with this Fenix 8 and the, well, this is the Epics, but I'll have the Fenix on first again momentarily. We're going to keep going through some of the features. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comments below. I really want to keep digging in. I have my full review coming soon, so I hope you stick around for that. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs, subs, all that sort of fun stuff. I'm Dave. This is Dave Does Fitness. Have an awesome day and stay fit.